What is going on today, guys? All here, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video. In today's video, I'm going to spend some time. Fuck you, Lester. I don't got time for you. I'm making a video, so you better shut the fuck up, okay? Bye. I'm sorry for that, guys. Lester is pretty annoying around this time a day. What's the time? I'm not sure. Oh, 4:30. Okay. In today's video, I'm sorry, guys. In today's video, I'm going to spend my time in the garage for you guys. I recently just put all my supercars in here because this is my most expensive apartment, so I wanted to keep the expensiveness theme up here or in here. So basically I went and picked up all of my supercars and put them in here, and now they are here. So I was thinking of going through them. So first up we have the entity, the Overflowed Entity XF. It's insured. I love the logo of their car thingy, the car manufacturer, you know, the car logo itself. I mean, yeah, whatever. It is basically my first supercar. It is the not the best one, but it is the. Is this the radio talking in the background? What the fuck is this? This is super annoying. Radio. Shut the fuck up. Nice. Thank you so much. Okay, sorry. Let's get back to the entity. So, what I was saying is that this was my first supercar, and I remember when I first got to see this car, I was playing story mode, and there was one mission with Michael and Trevor, I think. I'm not sure if Trevor or Franklin was in the mission. He probably was. I can't remember because it was back on in the old days when I was playing GTA 5 on the Xbox 360, which is, you know, the lifetime of the Xbox is running out, so I'm sad for that, but we're in next gen now, so you can only see positive in front of us for the future. But basically I was playing the mission, and the mission was about hijacking these cars, playing as state patrol, or not state patrol but highway patrol, and you were going to stop these cars for top speeding or something. I can't remember really, but I do remember that this car was in the mission and I got to drive it back to whatever place I was going to deliver it. And I remember that the mission itself, the environment was super good. It was down on the highway by the water, and it was dawn, it was sunrise, so the reflecting of the cars were super nice, and I really did enjoy that mission. I think I replayed it a couple of times because I didn't have the money to afford this car at the moment. So every time I wanted to drive this car, I had to replay the mission basically. But this car right here has been one of my favorite cars for a long time. But by the time of the GTA, GTA 5 Live, there's been a lot of updates, and I mean the next upcoming cars you will see is the new update cars, most of them the supercars, and you know, I've had to, you know, trying to forget this car a little bit and try to focus on the other stuff that's faster and, you know, newer and more updated. But I always keep this car in my garage because this is my very first supercar, and it was my first and favorite car as well. So I really do love this car, but sad enough I had to leave it because there's other stuff that's a little bit better than this car, but she's always be there. I love her. Mwah. Smooches. I mean, the interior in this car is really nice. It reminds me of what car? The Aventador. A little bit. Not. I mean, no. I'm just kidding. It's not even close to the Aventador. So, fuck that. Okay. Next car. The Centorno. So, I remember when this car first came out, I wasn't really a big fan of it because the looks of it. I mean, this car represents a Lamborghini. I can't remember the real life name or the real name for it, but it is a replica of a Lamborghini. And I mean, this car is fast, don't get me wrong, but it's just too much for me to handle. I mean, by the looks of it, for in this car, because it's, I mean, the back is okay, but it's just too much curves and sharp, you know, lines in this car with too much details that makes this car really stiff in a way. I mean, it really does pop out. I'm having a black color now, so the lines is not as visible as it would have been if I would have had a bright color like the Turismo, but I'll get to that car later. But I mean, as I said, don't get me wrong, this car is super fast. It's nice. It's a nice car, but the looks of it is a little bit too much for me. That's why I didn't buy it at the moment when it came out, because first off, it is expensive. I think it's closer to $1 million, if I'm not mistaken. Oh well, it's a 725 grand, which is a lot of money for some, but it's not as much as the upcoming cars, but whatever. But the looks of it really was the main reason why I didn't buy this car. It really did turn me off. But I decided that, you know, I've got all of the other cars, so why not buy this car as well, and, you know, customize it the way I think it looks best. But I'm not driving this car at all, really. It pretty much just stands here, but it's always good to have if there be a Centorno meet or a Centorno race, or I don't know, it's just good to have it here, and I feel like it belongs to the family of my supercars, so, you know, I'm glad to have it here. But really, I just recently bought this car just because I decided to have it in my family, basically, or else I wouldn't have buying this car. But you know what, let's open all the doors, because that looks cool. I think it just looks better. Just some, you know, whatever. But yeah, that's my little story about the Centorno. Next up, we have my previous favorite car. I've used this car for a super long time. It is the, oh wait, I forgot to show you the name of the Centorno. Pegazi Centorno, and the emblem is a little horse clove. I'm not sure. Okay, whatever. And the emblem is nice. I really do like it. I'm not sure if you can see it, as I can't point because I don't have any. Wait. You can see it there. It is pretty much a, you know, a Lamborghini logo, so that's cool. But anyways, next up we have the Turismo, and as I said, this car right here has been one of my favorite cars for a super long time. This car is one of the better looking cars in the game of the supercar category, and I think that's one of the reasons why I decided to buy this car. But the main reason was it isn't too expensive for a supercar, and it is one of the fastest. It's not the fastest, but it is one of the fastest. And the price is 500,000. So that's not much at all. I mean, there is expensive. There is, that's not a word. There is more expensive cars out there, like, you know, SUVs even. So I felt that the price tag for the car isn't too much. Or, by the way, the entity is 795,000 US dollars, or US dollars, but dollars. So that car is pretty expensive. It's more up to $1 million when customizing it. maybe not, but 800, maybe 800,000. Okay, get back to the car. Sorry, losing track here. The Grotto Turismo R, 500 grand. It's not too bad actually, and it is a super fast car, and the looks of it is super sleek and amazing. I really do like this car. Let's check out the interior. The blue dashboard and gauges are super cool in this car. I really do like the interior of this car. I really don't get the steering wheel of this car. I mean, the steering wheel seems like it belongs to a more muscular car, but maybe that's me just, you know, fiddling around here. But this car, I'm not sure if you got to hear the sound of this car, but it's super crazy. Listen. This car, man, if you're not high on budget but you want a supercar, I highly suggest this car. I mean, look at this. It really does look like a Formula car. So the Turismo R has been one of my favorite cars for a long time, but not only the looks of it. The main reason why I did buy this car was because this car was the first supercar that I actually did like when it came out with the I can't remember the name of the update, but it was some, you know, exclusive or high-end update with new clothes and shit like that, new weapons. It came with the advanced rifle update and the heavy pistol, I believe. So that was a super good update. I really did enjoy this car, and pretty much that's the main reason why I bought it, because it's faster than the Entity, I believe, and it looks, you know, more updated. It looks like a more, you know, next gen model of a car. The Entity is pretty simple, but it's still really sexy. But the Turismo it really did get me. It got me right on point. So the Turismo, highly suggest this car if you're low on budget. Open the door, goddammit. Next door. There we go. There we go. That's more like it. I'll save this car for later. Then we got my Infernus. So the story behind the Infernus, it's pretty simple. As I previously said, the Centorno, which is the same manufacturer company, it's the Pegassi. It's the same for the Infernus, and they are really focusing on the more Lamborghini looking models, and that is pretty much why I bought this car, because my dream car in real life is the Aventador, the Lamborghini Aventador. And when I saw this car, it was the closest that reminded me of the. It's not, you know, I mean, it's not even close to the looks of the Aventador, but just the thought of having a Lamborghini in my garage made me buy this car, because it's a Lamborghini, and I really do like all of the other Lamborghinis, such as the Gallardo. The Vaca represents the Gallardo, and I'm thinking of buying that car as well, but I'm sure is that a supercar? I think it is, but it's a more lower end supercar. I mean, the Infernus is not, you know, it's nothing compared to my other cars, but I got it because it was pretty much a Lamborghini. And this car actually took place in Grand Theft Auto 4 as well, and back in the days when I was playing that game, this was one of my favorite cars as well. And the reason for that, the doors. I can't remember if the doors actually flicked up back in GTA 4, but when I realized that the doors did that in Grand Theft Auto 5, in this updated version of the Infernus, it really got me. So this car was actually my main for a short period of time, because I didn't have a lot of money, and I thought it was cool to have just because of the doors. But the interior is super nice as well. Something that really gets me in this car is as you can see, the color of the stitches in the leather in the car, and it's the same as my exterior color, and it'll change if you change the exterior color, which I think it's pretty cool. So I enjoy that. I'm not sure if it's actually doing that in other cars as well, because I mean in this car you can't really see the stitches, so that is pretty cool. But I mean, short story, but it is one story at least, and that's why this car belongs in my supercar family. And then we got this car over here, which right off the bat is one of the most aggressive looking supercars in the game. This represents the 4GT, and I mean, holy shit, guys. I mean, guys, look at the front of this car. It is so aggressive. It is. Oh, whoa! What is this even? The front of this car. It's 11 out of 10. It's a million out of 10. It's shit. I can't find words for it. It's so fucking sexy, guys. If you don't like the front of this car, then I don't know what the hell you like, but the looks of this car is fucking amazing. I'm sorry for the word. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my language here, but guys, this car, man. I think this car is really unrated. People don't give this car that much notice as it deserves, because this car, I think, what I've heard of, this car got buffed when it comes to the speed. I'm not sure about that. I can try that out in a later video, but I mean, it's fast. It's really fast. The only thing that disappoints me in this car is the customization options, but you know what, it doesn't really matter, because the looks of this car, I mean, if I would have been able to customize this car so it would look like this, it wouldn't been exactly the same. So I'm not really too bothered with the customization options in this car. It's fine for me because it looks crazy and majestic and sexy already. And I mean, I don't really got a specific story about this car. I mean, the main reason why I bought this is because of the looks. It really is, and I feel like this car is something that a lot of people don't, drive. So I felt like I had the cash for it. It's not too expensive. I think it's 300 max. Oh, it's not the sedan. It's fuck, sorry. Back on track. It is only 155,000. 155,000 dollars. The price for this car, it's really worth it. If you have the cash, buy this car, guys. I highly suggest this car just for the looks. I mean, fuck the performance. The looks of this car is incredible, and that's it. That's why I bought this car. So welcome the Bullet to the family, guys. You'll see a lot more of this car, because fuck yeah, this car, baby. Whew. Okay, with that out of the way, Darth Vader. What? With that out of the way, let's continue with my two favorite cars in the game, the best cars in the game, the sexiest cars in the game, the fastest cars in the game, the best handling cars in the game. I'm not sure about that. I'm sorry, guys. Don't judge if I'm wrong. But these two cars, I'll get to one of them each. What am I saying? I don't know. Did I open the doors? Yeah, I did. Okay. So first off, the Osiris, the Pegasus Osiris. It's the same company as the Infernus, and the Centorno. And this Carl, what the fuck, guys? Carl. From now on, you're called Carl. Your new name, Osiris. Your new name is Pegasus Osiris Carl. That's perfect. Nice. But anyways, this car, guys, represents the Pagani Hydra or something like that. It's the Pagani, anyways. And the looks of this car, guys, this has to be, I mean, because the thing with GTA 5 is they can copy a real life car exactly by the model. They're doing as similar as they can to make it, to make people understand what car it actually is. But they did a super good job on this car. I mean, this car has to be the best, and the T20 over there, but this car has to be the best, looking car that represents the real life car. And I really don't have a story about this car or the T20, but both of these cars, I just bought them because I had the cash, and it is the latest cars out there that is supercars, and it is the fastest cars out there in the game yet. And I had to buy both of these. I'm switching up on these cars, every time. I'm driving both of these cars as much, and both of these cars is fucking crazy. You gotta know how to drive if you're going to own a car. Carl, shut the fuck up now and open the doors, okay? Carl, you better shut the fuck up. I don't got time for your shit, okay? Wait, listen to this car. Listen to that. And compare it to the Turismo. Listen to the... Listen. Ooh. Did you hear? It is different. It is different, but whatever. I don't know why I did that, but the story about these two cars over here is simple as bananas. Just new cars, new update, the best cars. I got the cash, I bought them, I upgraded them. They are the fastest cars in the game, and I own them. That's why I drive them, okay? That's the story. It's super simple, and it's super good because it's so simple. But the doors of both of these cars are mind-blowing, especially on the Cyrus, because the cars on the T20 is the real life doors on the McLaren P1, but it does remind me of the Inferno, so it's nothing special, and the Centorno, so it's not too much going on over there. But on the Osiris, great job. This car, guys, highly suggest this car. It's closer to $2 million. It's expensive, especially when you're upgrading it, but it's totally worth it if you got the cash. The T20 and the Osiris, holy shit, guys, these cars. Listen to the T20. You hear? Both of these cars is super quiet when you're starting them up. That's because they are hybrid cars, which means they are both electric and regular fuel, and combined they are the best. I mean, these two cars, look at these two cars. Oh shit, I closed the door. Open. There we go. Look at these two cars. The best of the best. Oh my god. Shit. And you know what's cool? the spoiler of the T20 actually raises up when you're at a certain speed, just as the McLaren P1, which is freaking awesome. I don't have any words for it. But guys, this video, I hope you enjoyed it. This was my car review, supercar review, story review, I don't know, video. This video was really spontaneous, and I think it turned out pretty good. If you did like it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But this video is coming to an end, and I hope you enjoyed my car review and my stories about the cars and what I think about the cars. I should point out some things. That is the interior of the cars. If you look on the Centurion over there and the Turismo over here, you can see it's exactly the same interior except the dashboard and gauge color, and it's the same as the Osiris as well. So I mean, it's the same company, the Centurion and the Osiris and the Infernus. The Infernus has the same dashboards as, no it doesn't actually, okay, never mind, my bad. But you know, the dashboards in the cars, in the supercars, are pretty much the same in a lot of them. So I think if they are able to do it, but it's hard to do. And if Rockstar decided to, you know, mix up the interior of the cars, or in the next upcoming cars, I would be super happy, because it's not annoying, but it is something that I'm noticing every time I'm jumping in a supercar and going in cockpit mode. I am noticing the interior directly, and you know, it's there, but it's not as, you know, dangerous as some other things in this game. And most of the time I am driving in third person, so it's the exterior that counts. That's what people see, and they've done a great job on all of these cars, really. But also I should point out the sound of the cars. They've done a great job on the sound of all of the cars. Let's just go through all of the car sounds. Wait, you can hear the Bullet is a 4GT, so it's a little bit more muscular, sporty car. So you could hear that, you know, more roary sound of the car, just because it's 50% muscle and 50% super sports. And then we got the Infernus, which is a total super sports car. So right off the bat you can hear the rev match and the exhaust doing a lot more aggressive sound than the Bullet. Same goes for the Entity, I believe, but I mean, you can hear the difference. That's what's cool. The Entity and the Infernus is pretty much the same. It is really similar. Let's check the Centurion. I'm not sure about the Centurion because I'm not driving this car as much. Yeah, you could totally hear the difference. I mean, if you didn't notice the difference right there, I mean, guys, you gotta check your ears, okay? Then we got the Turismo that we already checked out. It's a more longer rev in this car, and I do love the sound of both the Turismo and the Centurion. And then we got the Osiris. Carl Osiris, it's your turn. It's not, you could hear the engine start, but you can't really hear the revving of the car just because it's hybrid. You see, both of the cars is super quiet when starting. The engine, it's called the engine. What the fuck, Oliver? But really, guys, that is pretty much it for today's video. I should point out that I'm working on some pretty big things for the channel that is coming up soon. That's why I haven't been uploading anything on these videos. But basically, I've decided that I will upload my videos on weekends to start off with, because that's the best way for me to be able to put on all my spare time into the videos during the week, and then I'll have 3 videos ready that I'll be uploading on the channel Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So I'll be a weekend YouTuber, but I will be playing games. So if you guys want to join me, then send me a message. If you want to play games, then totally fine to send me a message. But before my voice actually disappears, let's end this video right here. Take care guys, and peace.
Yeah.